Hey everybody, I'm JJ Johnson and you're watching Reality Survival. So today we're going to talk about the Klymit Static V2. Now this is a really cool mattress, and I will say that it's probably the best inflatable sleeping pad that I've had the opportunity to take a look at and to use. Um, Most of my experience is involved with the old self-inflatable insulated ones, the Thermarests. And so this is the first one that I've used that is a non-insulated inflatable, but I really like it, and I like it for a couple of reasons. The number one reason is because of the size and the weight. This thing, even though it's a full-size mattress, it's 72 inches long, by 23 inches wide and 2.5 inches deep. But it's only 16.3 ounces, and it takes up about the size of about an Nalgene bottle when it's in its stuff sack, and it goes in there pretty easily when you fold it up. And I think you may have seen some of that in the intro that we did when I was folding up, putting it in here. And so having a full-size pad and having just that little bit of weight that can just go into the side pocket of a backpack or whatever is really awesome in my opinion. The other thing that I like about this is the design, and you guys may see that it's got these deep channels in here, and the reason that is because Klymit uses a really cool CNC seam welding machine to be able to design these packs. Now, there's another pretty cool sleeping pad called the X, I think it's called like the X Inertia or something like that, that Ben over at Living Survival did a review on, and I'll put a link to that video down here or down in the description, one of the two. And it's interesting that they're coming up with these really unique designs, and what it is these channels and these airways help the air that's in the mattress be more stable under weight. Okay, so like I was saying, the mattress, it really does a good job of spreading out the weight. As I'm laying here, my hips and everything are off of the ground. There's, air and, between me and the ground, which is good. You don't want to actually be laying flat on the ground. Okay, so as you guys could see there, I was laying on this, and basically it keeps me off of the ground. It, even at my hips and shoulders, it keeps it and helps to distribute the weight really well, and it keeps you from having those cold spots, on the ground. And that's what you want, because, basically the function of a sleeping pad, it serves two, primary purposes. And number one is to help you get a better night's sleep. Well, if you have cold spots and you're not actually being kept up off the ground, then you're not going to get as good a night's sleep. You're going to feel that the cold coming through, or you're going to feel a hard spot, where it starts to become uncomfortable, and so you're not going to get good sleep. And in a long-term grid down situation, in SHTF kind of situation, having a good night's sleep is really important, because you want to be able to be on top of your game, because in a dangerous environment, if you're not getting good sleep, that's when you're going to make mistakes, and when you make mistakes, people get hurt or killed. So having one of these in your bag is really important, and it serves an important purpose. The second thing is it also helps to help you create your microclimate inside of your tent or inside of your shelter, and it does that by keeping you up off the ground. And so it's good that this design does that, because there are a lot of mattresses out there that don't do it very well, and they take up more space and more weight, and they don't function as properly. So that's really most of the reason that I like this. The other thing is that this comes at a pretty good price. You can pick these up in Amazon for about $63. I think the MSRP on them is about $73. But that's a pretty reasonable price, considering how important of a piece of gear that it is. So I think it's definitely a pretty good deal. Now let me show you on the another feature of this that's pretty cool is on the bottom side of it. It has the 75D ripstop polyester, I believe is what it is. And then on the top side, it's got 30D. And they've done that as a change from the V1 to the V2 in order to help save a little bit of weight. Because on the top side, you don't need as thick a material. It's the bottom side where you get abrasions or whatever that you might need it. And just to show you real quick how the valve works, basically pull, or you got to turn counterclockwise to unlock, and then just pull up to deflate, and then if you want it or to lock it off, excuse me, pull up for the air to come out, and then just if you want to blow back into it, then you can kind of with your teeth you can just push it back in to lock it in place, and then twist it clockwise and it's locked again. It only takes about 9 breaths to fully inflate this, and so that's kind of cool because you don't have to be super lightheaded and all that kind of stuff sitting there blowing on it forever. But because of these channels, it doesn't need as much air, to hold you up and still create enough insulating space for you. So it's pretty awesome. Anyhow, guys, that has been a real quick look at the Klymit Static V2 sleeping pad. I would be curious to know what your favorite sleeping pad. If you guys could put that in the comments below, that would be great. I would appreciate it. And as always, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Hey, and I just want to say thank you to 3beds.com. They are the guys who sent this out, and I will have an accompanying blog post with this video on my website at realitysurvival.com, and the guys from 3Bed are going to put together an article for you to help you understand what all the choices are when picking a sleeping pad. And they're going to look at the different types and the different kinds that are out there and what you need to do in order to pick a sleeping pad. So I would encourage you to find the link in the description and head over to the blog post and check that out as well. Anyway, guys, thanks a bunch and stay safe. We'll see you soon.